Welcome back, guys. In this session, I'm going to show you how you can create a state inside a class, and that two states are made only in class-based components. So here we have an app.js file in which we are going to create a state, and we are going to pass that state into the child component. So first of all, what I'm going to do is, see here, before the render function, okay, I'm going to create a state. So I'm going to say we have a state. State is nothing but an object like this, a key value pair. So I'm going to say we have a key called a student, okay, and here inside that I'm going to create one more object, and I'm going to say this student's name is one of the keys and his name is Raj. And just like that, I'm going to say age colon, and I'm going to give 20 as the property for this particular value, for this particular key element. So this is how you create a state inside a class-based component. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a component. Let me make this as a student.js, and here I'm going to create a functional component called as a student, like this, okay, and it will be having its render function like this, and here we'll be having the default export statement, export default default and student. So this is how we create a functional component, and here at the top I'm going to import the React class as well, React, from this library which is called as React. So every return function we is going to have a one division, one division like this. Oh, let me get rid of that. Let me put it like this. Okay, and inside this division I'm going to have a small paragraph which will say I am something like this, and my age is something like 10, 20, whatever we have given over there. Okay, now this student component we need to show it inside app.js file. So just after this h1, what I'm going to do, just like an HTML tag, I'm going to say student. Okay, and here at the top I'm going to import that student from the components folder and from the student.js file. So now we are showing our child component which is student.js in app.js file. Okay, and let me just save this one, and let me just go to the browser and show you that this is the child division, or you can say the child component, which it is getting rendered inside our app.js file. So let me go back to the code, and now inside this tag, okay, inside this tag I'm going to pass this state which is called as student, okay, as one of the properties over here. So I'm going to say we have a name property, okay, we have a name property, okay, which is going to be inside this curly brace, and I'm going to say in this class there is a state which is called as student, okay, and from the student I'm going to display the name of that particular student. Okay, I'm going to pass the name state of that particular student as a property called as name, and here I'll just give some space and say age is equal to, again use the curly brace and say in this class we have a state called as student, and from that student object I'm going to use the age key so that we can send it as one of the properties to this child component which is student.js file. Okay, now when I save this, okay, when I save this, please note that here the name property is Raj and the age property is 20. Okay, now let me save this one and let's go back to the browser, and as you can see we have got my name is Raj and my age is 30. So this is how you pass your properties, okay, from the parent component to the child component, and this is now we have created a state like this. Okay, so let me just comment it out. Okay, now this was creating a state without the constructor of this class. So let me put here in comment, so without the constructor of the class, we can make the same state using the constructor of the class. So let me put it here, so I'll say using constructor. So now what we have to do is we need to create a constructor over here. So let me just bring it like this. Okay, and whenever you're creating a constructor you need to send all the properties in the constructor function as well as the super class, so which is the component class. So here also we have to say props like this, and in order to create state inside the constructor we need to use this keyword, this dot state is equal to an object, and this object is called as student, and this will be having one more key parameter, that is Let me just grab these two from here itself. So let me copy and paste it over here. So this is how you're going to make the state inside a class. Okay, classes constructor using the this keyword. Okay, the other parameters remains absolutely same like how we had created over here. Okay, and whenever we are passing some property, and this time I'm going to pass the property as this state, this dot state dot student, and from the student I want just the name. Okay, and here also from this dot state dot student I just want to pass age as one of the parameters as prop, which we have named it as age itself. Okay, now let me just save this one and let's go back to the browser, and as you can see we have got my name is Raj and my age is 30. So these are the two properties which we have passed to from app.js to student.js file. Okay, and here whenever we are displaying those two states or properties, okay, here we are going to say that we are going to have some properties. Okay, and here I'm going to say like this, inside the curly brace I'm going to say props dot name will come here, and here in age we are going to say props dot age is going to come here. Okay, now let me save this one and let's go back to the browser, and as you can see it is getting displayed like this. Now let's come back here, and what if I change this name to Raju and age to something else like 30. Let's save this one. Let's go back to the browser, and as you can see the name has been changed to Raju and the age has been changed to 30. So this is how you can create states inside a class-based component and pass it from your parent component, that is app.js, to the student.js file.